What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Sober is Dope. I'm your host, POP Buchanan, and today I want to talk about my experience in detox and why detox and medically assisted detox is very important for a successful journey in recovery from addiction. So, my story starts 8 years ago, okay? And 8 years ago, I was totally rock bottom. I was really on my last leg, and it was really tough for me, ladies and gentlemen. And the reason why I want to tell you this is because there's many of you out there that was just like me that didn't really understand what the importance of detox was, didn't really understand what your addiction is, right? Why can't you stop drinking? Why is it so hard when you start to stop? These are the questions I used to ask myself, but I thought that it was just me. I didn't realize that I had what they call an allergy to alcohol, or that I was allergic to it. And I'm sure if someone really explained that to me when I was younger, but it's hard because no one else would know that but you, right? Maybe I would have made different choices because I was using alcohol to have fun as a social crutch, or what they call a social lubricant, to make things easier, make me more confident. But that led to a really party, rock star, kind of really bold lifestyle where I really became dependent on alcohol and addicted, and that became problematic in my life. I lost a lot of beautiful friends, a lot of beautiful things, and I lost a lot of myself. Luckily, 8 years later, I recovered 90%, 100% of that, and I have my self-respect back, and I'm living a normal life. But it was really dark 8 years ago, and I relapsed 2 or 3 times prior to really finding success in recovery because I was trying to do it on my own. I was doing the cold turkey, sitting home, sweating it out, and then I'll feel a little good. But the moment a problem arises or some conflict or some type of situation that I found difficult, I would go back to using drugs to cope, and alcohol, which was my drug of choice, to cope. And this is what happens to most of us. You really ride the wave of sobriety, and then something really difficult happens in your life, and then you crash, right? So the importance of going to a detox is it gives you a safe way to withdraw from the alcohol and the drugs. And for me, this was important. So 8 years ago, by the mercy of God, I was able to go to a detox and really take my recovery seriously. And that was the best 4 to 5 days of my life, because the importance of detox is, one, you could withdraw real easily because you're in a medically assisted place, so you can withdraw without really having a nasty side effects or possibly dying, right? Because you have an IV, you get to take a blood test, the doctors determine exactly what vitamin deficiencies you have, it determines what's going on with your blood, it determines if you need hospitalization, right? So going to a medically assisted detox is extremely critical, and by receiving the right vitamins, you could really deal with nutritional deficiencies, and that can help you feel a lot better and build your body up, right? And then also detox help with the sweats, right? Getting food back into your system, getting your energy back, giving you a safe place to rest. And it gives you accountability because you're there. You don't have access to your drug of choice, right? So I recommend that you try to get detox if you're struggling from addiction. This is extremely critical in your success. And the beautiful thing about detox is when you're done with detox, you have the ability from there to sit with an alcohol addiction or drug counselor and determine if rehab is right for you. And check our other episode that we did. It should be here or there, talking about rehab, because the rehab process is extremely critical, and I want you guys to be able to win, and I want you to be able to put yourself in a position to win. So for me, I stayed in rehab for 6 to 9 months. My rehab lasted 6 months, but I applied for a 3-month extension because I wanted to stay for a whole time. And then ultimately, I stayed in the whole system for about 11 months to a year. And I used Alcoholics Anonymous, therapy, rehab, group training, and educational support to understand my addiction and to recover from my addiction. And that's why I'm like a mini expert today, because I really took an all-in approach to understand what my alcoholism was doing to me, and to put myself in a position where I never had to go back to that. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever want to live that life again. And I don't want you to live in that darkness, because you have the ability to win. I'm talking to the person right now that's in a dark place. You probably somehow found this video. Maybe someone shared it with you. And you can't imagine a life outside of drinking, and you can't imagine a life outside of drugs. And you may feel like you at total rock bottom and nobody cares anymore, or you did so much damage that there's no way you could really fix it. You might have gave up on yourself, right? You may not believe that there's any possible way you could transform. I'm telling you, I was there. I was on my deathbed. I was walking in the middle of the streets, and I broke down and I started crying. And I gave my life back to God because I didn't want to die. I'm a pretty tough guy, but I didn't care because I was broken and I was weak and I was trapped. And alcohol and drugs is really insidious and is nasty and will trap you. And I don't want that for you. And I want you to know there's hope. But you have to be willing to get the help. Willingness is everything, right? So be willing to entertain the idea of going to a detox. Be willing to entertain the idea of going to a rehab, all right? And be willing to give yourself 100%. You could get your life back and you could win today. My name is POP Buchanan. I'm 8 years sober. I'm the host of the Sober is Dope podcast and company. I love you all. Don't give up on yourself. And this episode is about the benefits of detox and possible rehab and you getting your life back on track and taking back your power from drug and alcohol addiction. Good luck, and I'll catch you on the other side. Listen to the Sober is Dope podcast and be well. Peace.